Aquarius, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Aquarius Tarot love reading. Today's reading, we are going to take a look at your romantic person of interest and find out what is going on with them, see if there's anything that your attention and your awareness might need to be brought to about this person you're romantically connected to. Uh-oh, we got something jumping out already. Judgment and Seven of Wands. There'd be some final decision about the relationship and somebody either being defensive or wanting to fight for it. This could be a final decision about like ending things, or a final decision about like trying to resurrect it and bring it back to life and being willing to fight for it. I do have the Emperor on the bottom, someone trying to take control of something. We'll see if that applies to you or not. It's rare that something jumps out before I'm ready and it doesn't apply, so we will see. That mixed back up again. Anyway, we're going to take a look at your person, see what your attention and awareness needs to be brought to about them here at the end of February 2024. I'm going to get 5 cards to represent your person's energy, and then I'm going to clarify every one of those cards with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on with this person you're romantically connected to. So what is going on with Aquarius's romantic person of interest here at the end of February 2024? Let's see what we got here. Let's get 2 more, please. What is going on with Aquarius's person of interest? Thank you. What have we here? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading, can't make it up. Judgment. We just saw that jump out a second ago. This, like I said, it's a powerful major arcana card. This is a final decision being made in a relationship reading. This represents that decision either to call something dead and over with, or that decision to call it back to life, call it back from the grave, bring it back to life, transform it. This would be like reconciliation energy in that case. I'm not sure which it is yet. It could just be talking about that decision, which way are we going to go. Queen of Wands right under that. This is either Aries or Leo energy. This is usually a very bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what she wants. She normally doesn't take no for an answer. This is the kind of person that's going to get what she wants regardless. On the negative side, that can sometimes represent somebody who can be a drama queen at times. I'm not saying that this even represents your energy. I'm not sure that it does. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I have 2 queens out here in their energy, and I have this queen underlying this decision potentially to call something dead and over with. This would be someone that there is a strong... Wands are about passion, desire, sexual energy, so it would be someone that there is a strong attraction to, someone who is like fun to be around, very charming, charismatic, good looking, life of the party kind of an energy here. Shit, I was hoping it's not going that way. 3 of Swords right behind that. This is Libra energy of heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. It's not always a romantic third party, although it can be. Sometimes it's nosy friends, nosy family, nosy neighbors, co-workers. Anybody that's not you or your person sticking their nose where it doesn't belong can be that third energy. It can be any number of things, like geographic distance, like anything that we do enough of is going to eventually create its own energy. Watching too much television can be that third energy. Going out and partying too much, like anything really. Like if you're asking the question, well, could that third energy be someone's kids, or be this or that or this other thing? Like if you're asking the question, fill in that blank with whatever you want. It could be that. But we got something heartbreaking going on here. Hierophant. This is Taurus major arcana energy. This is a card of commitment. It's about something bigger than you and being committed to something bigger than you, like fully committed to it. In a relationship sense, that would be like being fully committed to the relationship, taking that to the next level, engagement, marriage, going where that goes. Looks like we have some sort of heartbreaking third energy involved in the commitment here, which is probably why Judgment's getting passed. This looks like an extra person, at least on the surface so far. This is just like the gist of what this is probably going to talk to me about. When I look, And what came out in your person's energy, Aquarius, we got the Lovers as their first card. The first card's always the most important. Three of Wands. Central to their energy is the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the last card is the Queen of Swords. So I got two separate queens out here. This very first card, the Lovers, is the Gemini Major Arcana card. I've seen a lot of Major Arcana cards so far. This is a card that indicates there is a powerful love connection here. Contrary to what a lot of readers will try to tell you, this card does not mean twin flames. It never has meant twin flames. Twin flames aren't even real. I'm getting so tired of having that conversation with people in the comments. Like, I'm getting ready to publish some stuff about that. I've done extensive research on that, and I'm going to prove that they're not real. Beside the point, I'm getting off track here. A long time ago, before this card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So it represents like the interconnectivity between people, and like this person can't make a choice without it affecting you, and vice versa. It can represent a choice in a love connection. It can even represent a choice between more than one lover. So I'm going to clarify this and see what we can find out here. Tell me more about the Lovers, please. Why is the Lovers the first card for Aquarius' romantic person of interest here at the end of February? Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. This is Pisces Major Arcana energy. Again, with all the Major Arcana cards. This is progress being halted. This is no forward movement happening. No progress is being made. Things are stuck at a dead standstill. The Hanged Man hangs upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than he normally would, a different point of view than he normally would. He's trying to figure out, why am I stuck? Like, what things have me stuck? What external stuff outside of me has me stuck? And how do I get myself unstuck so I can move forward from here? That's the problem with the Hanged Man sometimes, is like, this is energy that's looking external for what's the problem and looking externally for what is the solution. And very rarely is the problem 100% isolated to being external from us. Usually there's also an element of the internal problem here. Sometimes, in the worst sense, this can be somebody who is playing the blame game. Like, well, it's not my fault that this is stuck. If this other person wouldn't have showed up, we wouldn't have this problem. Or somehow it's your fault that I did something that I shouldn't have done. It's like, this is usually placing the blame externally. Yeah. Knight of Swords. This is the fastest knight in the deck. This is someone who does not stop to read the instruction manual, so to speak. They come rushing in, taking this very rapid, decisive action on something that they didn't think about first. And they don't think about it while they're doing it. They usually just come in and do it and they're out, and they don't think about it until afterwards. Sometimes this gets labeled the narcissist of the deck, especially if you've got this, like, everything's, it's this other person's fault, it's this thing's fault, it's this situation's fault, it's this circumstance's fault. My mommy didn't talk to me right when I was a little kid, my dad left. It's things like that. It's all these excuses and playing the blame game to cover something like that up. This could just be, hey, everything is stuck right now because another lover was brought in and I rushed in and I did that without thinking about it and shouldn't have. I do have Temperance right behind that. These are really conflicting energies right here. This is like, do it now and don't think, just do it, essentially, is what that's like. And this is more like patience. This is like being willing to blend things together to make something new, but doing it little bits at a time and being willing to take a step back and see how is all this working out before they come back in and make some fine-tuning adjustments. It would be like mixing it a little bit at a time and experimenting in order to get it just right and being patient while you do that. This is also reconciliation energy, kind of like Judgment is here. In a standard Rider-Waite tarot deck, this angel is blending together 2 cups of water, and water represents love and emotions, and the water has been separated into 2 different cups, and the angel's recombining it. It's a little different here. She's mixing 2 different things together into one. But this is sometimes reconciliation, yeah, especially with the 8 of Pentacles behind it. This is Virgo energy of work, putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, and energy on something to get what they want, or at the least being willing to put in that work, time, effort, and energy here. Six of Swords, this is Aquarius energy. This is moving forward into calmer waters. It's leaving rough, choppy waters of the past behind. At its core, it's about moving away from the Five of Swords, which is this mentally and psychologically painful situation or event, usually a betrayal of some kind, something painful. This is about moving away from that pain and forward into the future. There is an implied choice here, though, because the woman and the swords that are stuck in the front of the boat represent either a burden or a lesson being carried forward into the future. So that's the real question. Like, this painful thing has happened, and no one can do anything to change that at this point because it's over. The real choice is about moving into the future. And am I going to carry the burden that that painful thing caused me into my future with me so it continues to weigh me down? Or am I going to carry forward with me the lessons that that painful thing taught me so that something like that doesn't ever happen again? That's the choice here. This is really looking like somebody who wants to leave something from the past in the past and move forward and not bring that with us. Ace of Wands. I'm going a little bit deep here, but this is all connected. This is a passionate new beginning, the spark of some passion or desire. This can even represent re-sparking a connection. The wand is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck, so it represents the male you-know-what and using that to be intimate, sexual energy, sex, things of that nature. They're trying to re-spark this connection. They want to leave something. Look, they're trying to blend it back together here and put the work in on it. They're trying to leave the painful thing behind and move forward toward this re-sparking it or this passionate new beginning, whichever that means. And then there's the Ten of Swords after that. That's like Gemini energy of a swift, painful ending. Sometimes an ending you don't see coming. Sometimes an ending in betrayal. Like, no matter how you slice that energy, it is an ending here. I do have Page of Wands, which is like the willingness to take the first steps down a new path toward passion and desire, or something that there is passion and desire for. I can't tell yet. Like, there's a definite choice here. And this is like someone stuck here and they've already taken some action, and there's something out of balance that needs like recalibrated here. But this also is like reconciliation energy with putting in the work. But then there's this leaving something painful behind and moving forward. And I don't know if they're moving forward toward, re-sparking this with you, or if they're moving forward toward like ending this and they're trying to, re-spark something with, or spark up something with this Queen of Wands person. And that's why I've got Three of Swords here. And the Hierophant is because this all happened during a commitment. Oh, didn't go far enough. Eight of Pentacles again, which we just saw here, putting in the work. And then the Ten of Swords, which is that ending that we just saw here. Oh, sheesh. This could be a case if we had this commitment to, there was a problem with another person and we called it quits, and then we're trying to resurrect it and get past this heartache, and there was a commitment potentially to do that and to put in the work on it. But then there was an ending anyway because of the Ace of Cups, a new beginning in love and emotion. See, I've got an ending here tied to a new beginning, an Ace. And I also have that same Ten of Swords tied to another Ace, the Wand, the passion, the desire, the sexual energy Ace. And the Tower right underneath that, because there's this juggling two people element, and there's this player energy, and then there's the severing. Oh yeah, the severing of the wand. Oh, that, or the severing because of the wand. Whew. Funny, I just knocked my quartz little obelisk over there with the cards, like knocking the tower over. Okay, well, let me put this back in here. That was a lot. It's not super common that I need to go that deep into the underlying energy, and then when I did here and felt like I had to, then that called me back here, and there was even more that kind of matched up with that there. So it's looking like we have another person involved, and that's what this Lover's card is about. Sure, it's a powerful connection between the two of you, but it's probably also a powerful connection between the two of them, and this is that choice between lovers here. To clarify the lovers, I get the Two of Wands, Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Two of Wands is Aries energy. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads in your person's life, a crossroads in this connection with you. It's a decision point. It's a decision for them about what is it that they want their world to be like. What is it that they really desire, what they really want, and which of these two paths gets me to what I actually want, and which path do I need to leave behind in order to get what I want. So I have two cards here that are indicating a choice, and the overall energy is final decision. The next clarifier for the lovers is the Queen of Cups. This is Cancer energy. It's also the central energy out here for your person. This is usually someone that there's a lot of love for, or someone that they receive a lot of love from. This is the most intuitive queen in the deck. In a typical deck, she has a lid on her cup. In decks where she doesn't have a lid on the cup, she usually has her hand on top of it, and that's to indicate that she's trying to protect her emotions from getting contaminated. She doesn't want to get emotionally hurt, and she's kind of guarded because she's been hurt before, but what she really wants to do is pour her love into someone. I think there's someone here that they get a lot of love and emotions from, and that's part of their choice. It's even possible that they have two people, you and some other person, that they're viewing as this Queen of Cups, the person I get a lot of love and emotions from. Hard to tell yet. The final clarifier for the lovers is the Four of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Probably having at least one person that there's receiving a lot of love from. The next card in your person's energy is the Three of Wands. We just saw the Two of Wands, that decision point about what is it I really want and which path gets me there. Well, this Three of Wands is the next step. It's also Aries energy. At this stage, the path has been chosen. The decision about what they want has been made. This is the beginning stages of manifesting what they want. They've chosen the path. They've started taking steps down the path. They're taking the actions, trying to create the thing that they want. And they have this positive expectancy that the path they've chosen and the actions that they're taking are going to get them to the thing that they want. It just hasn't happened yet. It hasn't like physically materialized in the 3D reality yet. So this is an energy of like believing it's going to happen and waiting on it to happen. Tell me about this Three of Wands, please. Why is the Three of Wands here for Aquarius' romantic person of interest at the end of February 2024? Okay, we got one shoot across the way. Come hither. We're getting too old to bend over like that. Okay, sorry. I'm getting yelled at because that's the wrong order. On the bottom of the deck, Judgment. That is on the bottom of the deck in the main deck here. The overall energy, final verdict, and judgment being passed. Either this is dead and over, or we're resurrecting it. And I don't know what they're choosing here and what they're actually waiting on, unless they're waiting on you to make a decision, or waiting on the other person that they have to make a decision. This, like when I saw that Hanged Man, that's like, oh, it's outside of me. This is almost like I'm waiting on some external person to make the decision here, because I can't decide. This is what this is really feeling like. Nine of Swords right under that. Gemini energy, fear, worry, anxiety, thinking about something so much with all this fear and worry and anxiety behind their thinking that it's starting to become stressful. This is usually mental anguish. This is like sleepless nights, nightmares, can't concentrate on what I'm doing because I can't shut my mind off, can't eat. Like, just not a pleasant spot to be in. Ten of Pentacles, that's what they're worrying about. They're either worrying about a decision here. Well, Ten of Pentacles, I'll tell you that first. This is Virgo energy. This is most people's goal in the physical world. This is like maximum stability and abundance and prosperity. This can represent like a lot of money or generational wealth. This, in a love reading, is about the combining together of lives, like combining together two people or two families and all the assets and resources to build like this stable, abundant, prosperous, nurturing home life, like the happy home life that we all want. This represents like being physically together. And there's either worries and fear about the decision that's going to be made about whether it's dead or whether we're resurrecting it. But there also could be worries here related to money. Man, and the Hierophant. Okay, this card in and of itself can represent people that live together or are married. The Hierophant, this is Taurus Major Arcana card of commitment, committed relationship, taking it to the next level, like living together, being married. 2 cards in a row about that. And 5 of Pentacles, more Taurus energy. 5s are conflict and change. This is a change in like the physical world, usually like a financial loss of some kind, especially when I'm seeing 10 Pentacles. Where'd that go here? 10 Pentacles. This is half of that. This is feeling like somebody who's married that has another person and they have a choice to make about love or holding on to the stuff that I don't want to lose, because I don't want to lose half of my everything that I have here. Wow. This is abandonment energy. It's like being abandoned, being cast aside, being walked away from, left out in the cold, discarded. This is a breakup energy here. So I've got 2 cards that could mean marriage and like living together type energy, and then a breakup. But this could also mean I don't want to lose half of all my money and my assets and my resources here. And I'm worried about the judgment. When I clarify this 3 of Wands energy of waiting, Page of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Pages are messengers, so this is news and messages and communications about physical, tangible, real-world opportunity presenting itself. A lot of times this will represent planning for the future. It is a page, which is the lowest of the core cards. It's the least developed, the least mature. So this is like early stages of some planning for the future, or early communications about some tangible assets and resources. I do see worrying about maximum abundance and prosperity and potentially losing half of all of that, or major financial loss. That's sitting right beside the 2 of Wands, that fork in the road for them. Well, what is it I want my world to be like? Well, I want this love, but at the same time, I also want to hold on to everything I have, and I don't want to lose any of that. Potentially don't want to lose the love that they have with you either, but this person is feeling like not feeling good. They're feeling like self-centered here, like it's about them and their stuff. And it's almost like for this person, it seems like money and possessions are, if you're putting it on the scale to weigh it out against love, it's back and forth here. It's probably leaning in the favor of stuff over love. Next card we have for that 3 of Wands is the 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy of options and choices and confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of cups here. There's a lot of different stuff in these cups. There's a lot of different ways I could choose to play this. And there's a lot of emotions involved here. And I don't want to make a mistake and pick the wrong thing. So this can represent emotional confusion about what to do. It can represent, like with the clouds of smoke all around the cups, it can represent obscured judgment, decision making, like obscured vision, not being able to quite see everything. It could represent being intoxicated. It's right here next to this Queen of Cups, so a lot of emotions are definitely involved here. Final clarifier for the 3 of Wands is the 2 of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. 2s are choices. This is some physical, tangible thing, decision where I've got these 2 different things to choose between and I can't have both of them. And it's like looking at the options and weighing the pros and cons and asking questions like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Will they or won't they? Like, it's right beside this. This is like I can't make up my mind. And if I ask them on Monday what they're going to do, it's one thing. And then Tuesday, it's something different. And they keep going back and forth. This can't even represent someone who's juggling 2 different people in the physical world. Options, choices, juggling more than one person. I definitely have 2 queens in their primary energy, and this energy of not wanting to, it's like I have to pick one, but I don't know which one, and I don't want to let go of either of them. This is screaming, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. Central to their energy, Queen of Cups. This is Cancer energy. We've already seen that in the clarifiers for their first card. Again, this is a lot of love and emotions that they're getting from someone. They probably have a lot of love and emotions for someone. This is typically would be about them receiving the love and emotions, though. Tell me about this Queen of Cups, please. Why is the Queen of Cups here? Aquarius' romantic pursuit. Interest. That was an explosion. Make sure nothing else flipped in there, but it's okay. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords. This is Gemini energy, and we've already seen this. This is a swift, painful ending, an ending in betrayal, an ending you don't see coming. No matter what, this is an ending here. Page of Wands. Okay, this is starting to look like the Queen of Cups is you. Even though you're an air sign, and I was thinking that maybe this was you, it's possible that that's two different elements of you. And I guess it's possible that we don't have a choice between lovers, and that's just two elements of you. I don't know though. I don't know. It's possible I'm getting bleed over of two different messages at the same time, and for you there is no other lover, and for the next person there is another lover, or vice versa. So take that part however it resonates for you here. But this is definitely an ending. This Page of Wands is passionate communicating, expressing what it is that I want, what I desire. It's also the minor arcana version of the Fool. It's not like the Fool, it's about taking the blind leap of faith on something. This is a more toned down version of that. This is about having the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something that there is passion and desire for. And then the Hanged Man, there's that progress halting again. And this is like, I'm ending it to go down this new path toward this new thing that I want, but then I hit the brakes and I stop myself. Or I'm ending it and I'm going down the new path and I'm putting the blame on it external to me, probably blaming it on you. Take that part however it resonates. Yeah, but see, we go from like, look, progress isn't happening between the two of you, to like bullet out of a gun fast kind of moving energy here. This is like just doing it and not even thinking about it. Very like decisive, but it's like like spur of the moment and, you know, impulsive type energy. When I clarified this Queen of Cups, I get the World, 9 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. The World is the final card of the major arcana. It's completion energy. This represents the ending of one cycle and at the same time the beginning of the next cycle. So there's an ending of a cycle. I'm feeling strongly like, yes, you are the Queen of Cups for them, but the other person, if there is one, is also Queen of Cups for them. And this is the ending of a cycle with one of you and the beginning of a cycle with another one of you. That world, the ending of a cycle, beginning of a new one, is sitting right next to that early stage plan for the future, which is tied directly to the decision that they make. And that decision is about the Queen of Cups, which is what I'm clarifying. Now, the next card to clarify the Queen of Cups is the 9 of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy of being defensive about something, being walled off and defensive. This is an energy of healing a lot of times. That's the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt, which is why he's built this wall around himself. It's a way to protect himself. It's like his defense mechanisms here. This can sometimes just represent a barrier is in the way. This a lot of times can be someone who's in their own way. There's definitely something stopping the beginning of the next cycle for them, which is why the 3 of Wands is next. That's the card that I just finished clarifying, that energy of, I fully expect this thing I want's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet, and I'm waiting on it to occur. And so there's like the ending of a cycle with a Queen of Cups, whether that's you or the other person. It's looking like it's you at that point, but then there's some barrier preventing that, and options and choices and confusion about that. And then that energy of waiting because there is still something in the way. I don't know exactly what that something in the way is. It's possible it's this Two of Pentacles, this I can't make up my mind because I don't want to lose either option. It could totally be that. The next card in their energy is the Eight of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is an energy of emotionally detaching, physically walking away. The person in the card's walking away from 8 full cups of love because they think there's something better out there for them, and they got to go find out. A lot of times this will be a person who thinks the grass might be greener on the other side of the fence. So they make this decision to walk away, and they almost always find out it's not greener over there, so they try to make a comeback at some point. Tell me about this Eight of Cups, please. Why is Eight of Cups here? Let's get 2 more on the Eight of Cups. Thanks. Then, bottom of the deck, the Chariot. This is Cancer's major arcana card. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. It's about using the will to get past any problems or challenges or obstacles that are in their way, getting by all that stuff through just sheer will alone and moving forward very quickly in success and victory. There is an issue of alignment in this card because you can see there's the dark side over here and the light side over here, and the driver doesn't have reins to control this thing, so he uses sheer will alone to power it. So if the driver is not in full alignment, in other words, if both parts of himself aren't pulling in the same direction, this thing's every bit as stuck as that hangman we've seen a couple of times. Or worse yet, when it does move forward, they pull in opposite directions, so it tears itself in half as it moves forward. So there's some definite misalignment here. I see a choice, a final decision. I've seen that card twice now. And they're pulling themselves in 2 different directions. There's definitely a wall in the way about which cup do I pick, which Queen of Cups do I want. This is about trying to overcome all of that problem, this barrier that's literally center of their energy right here, this thing that's stopping them, that barrier in the way. This is about trying to get past that to get to their happiness. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. Can't get a better card than that. Hierophant, there's that commitment again. This person is confused here. They're confusing me, at least, because this looks like other person involved, and I'm waiting on something to pan out, and I don't want to lose half of my shit in the process. And I want this to be over so I can start the new thing, but there's something blocking that, so I'm stuck waiting. And while I'm detaching and walking away, now there's either this like, let's get the hell out of Dodge as fast as possible and get to my happiness type of an energy. But if that's the case, then what's this commitment about? Oh. Well, at first I was thinking, well, wait a minute, if commitment makes you so happy, then why are you trying so hard to get the hell out of Dodge? But what's right behind the commitment is the Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy of abandonment, being cast aside, being left out in the cold. So here I am clarifying a card about detaching and then walking away, and I get like the breakup card. But like I said, this can also represent financial loss, financial ruin, financial disaster, like losing half your shit. Eight of Swords, stuck in their head about that, grinding in circles about that. This is Gemini energy of overthinking something, not having all the answers, hence the blindfold there. I don't know what's the safe move to make here, and I'm feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because I don't know what to do, which is why I'm stuck in my head. So I've seen the Ten of Swords twice, the Nine of Swords, and now the Eight of Swords. This person is like really wound way too tight in their head here. And Judgment, about some final decision. Like, okay, Judgment, And when you go to court for a divorce or something, there's a judgment that's eventually handed down. And it's very rarely going to be the case where you get divorced and you walk away with 100% of all of your stuff still. Like, there's going to be some divvying up of things. Or they're worried about whether or not their decision was the right one after they've already made it. Yeah, there's the Nine of Swords again, right behind the judgment. They're either really, really worried about what the final verdict is going to be on this and how much stuff they're going to lose. Or they're worried like hell about ending this without taking on this massive loss, is what it looks like. When I clarify this Eight of Cups, I get the Ten of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Ten of Cups is Pisces energy. This is most people's goal in love and relationships. It's that happy fairy tale ending that we all want, that happily ever after, happy fairy tale love connection that we all want. I'm clarifying Eight of Cups, which is about walking away from the 8 you have to go down a brand new path in search of the 9th and the 10th cup. And there's the 10th cup. Like, it's the ending of a cycle. This is like being emotionally together and pouring yourselves into each other and being fully in love. But there's an ending to a cycle of that and the beginning of the next cycle of that, where they have now detached, is what this is looking like. Three of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. This is teamwork and collaboration and working together as equals to build something of value. The thing you would be building together here is the Ten of Pentacles, that combining together of lives, living together, being married, like building a life together. There's a barrier sitting directly beside that card here, like something in the way of that. And again, some waiting. This person, it would not make any sense if they have detached from you and then now there's suddenly 10 of Cups that they're walking toward, if that 10 of Cups is with you. Same with this teamwork and collaboration. Like, that doesn't make sense if that's you. And especially with the Ace of Swords here, this is the sort of, well, sometimes it's the sword you make decisions with. Like, I see decision here, like the choice, a decision about what I want, making the decision, having a plan to get it, but now I have another decision and I can't decide on, and I'm still waiting, and now I'm deciding to detach and walk away. This is the sword you make a decision with. Like, the Latin word that the word decision comes from literally means to cut off. Like, got these other options here. It's to cut the other options off until there is only one option left, and that's literally the definition of a decision. Like, only one option is left now. But there's this is also the sword you would use to sever a relationship with, to cut someone off. And that's right beside this Three of Wands, this energy of waiting and like fully expecting the thing I'm waiting on to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. Like, well, there's a choice here and there's option here, and this is to cut that off. But it's almost like I'm waiting to cut you off. I've emotionally detached, and I'm waiting to cut you off because I want to hold on to everything. Whether that means I want to hold on to you and the other person, or if I just don't want to be thrown off balance by, like that Five of Pentacles we've seen, losing half of my shit. I don't like the way this person feels right now. The final card in their energy, Aquarius, Queen of Swords. This is Libra energy. I call her she who knows the truth. She's very smart, very analytical, got her eyes open. She knows what's going on around her. She's about speaking the truth in a sense, and that's why she holds her hand out like that. She's fair too. She's offering to let you tell your side of the story. Speak your truth. The problem is she already knows the damn truth, so whatever you tell her better match the truth she knows, or it's off with your head. It's the same sword that she carries. Like, she's about speaking the truth on something and then cutting off the thing or the person that isn't in her best interest anymore. Tell me about this Queen of Swords here. Now, see, I was viewing that as probably you because it's an air sign. Might not be you. This might be them stepping into a Queen of Swords energy sauna, but damn, I don't know that I'm going to be able to tell. Okay, that just answered it for me. Bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden being carried here. A heavy burden related to the truth, a heavy burden related to a severing taking place, a heavy burden related to a judgment being passed because of this Queen of Wands and this third energy that occurred during a commitment here. This is also a 10 though, and in tarot, 10s represent completions. This is supposed to be the completion of the burden. In other words, getting to the spot where you can lay this burden down and move forward without it. The Sun. Once the burden can be laid down, their happiness is there. This is the happiest card in the deck. Happiness, bliss, harmony. It can also represent illumination, as in like the card before the Sun in the sequence is the Moon. When the moon's out, it's dark outside. Things can be hidden in the dark because it's dark and you can't see them. Secrets can be kept, and that's what the moon kind of represents. Well, the next step is the sun comes out, shines its light into the darkness, and now the stuff that was hidden gets exposed and you can see it. Could be an element of that. This is much more looking like, I mean, that element of something being exposed could explain why she knows the truth, and now there's this conversation and this severing. But this could just as easily be, look, this whole commitment thing is burdensome to me. And as soon as I can put this down and sever that commitment, sever this burden at the same time, then I can get to my happiness. Then there's the Chariot where I move forward very quickly in success and victory. And get the hell out of Dodge. There's the Hierophant again. Man, I've seen all this commitment type energy. Another thing that has just occurred to me is this could be a person that you're with that is married, just not to you, and you are the third party, probably because they made it that way. And this could be a case where they've had to decide between leaving their person that they're married to and coming with you, and they're looking like they're waiting to do that and still ham-hawing around and, you know, dragging their feet about it because they don't want to lose anything. They want to hold on to you still, and they don't want to lose all their stuff. There's too much Hierophant over and over again. Yeah, and then there's that Five of Pentacles again, losing half of everything, like abandonment. This could actually be two things at the same time. It could be them abandoning you, and it could be them at the same time not wanting to have this Five of Pentacles turn into, I've lost a whole bunch of stuff, like this devastating financial loss, death. This is almost like they're choosing to make it over. Yeah, they're choosing to make it dead and over. That's the overall energy. Is it dead and over, or is it getting resurrected? Looking like they're choosing to make it dead and over so they don't lose stuff here. This Queen of Swords, like I said, is speaking the truth, cutting off the person or the thing that's not in my best interest anymore, clarifying that Queen of Swords. I get Queen of Wands, King of Wands, King of Pentacles. That Queen of Wands is right here under judgment. She's kind of a person that passes judgment when she says, off with your head. There's that Queen of Wands again. Bold, passionate, fiery, determined person. Knows what they want. Sexy, vivacious. Like I said, the wand is the phallic symbol. It represents sexual energy and sex, attractiveness, desire. Got the King and the Queen of Wands here. These are counterparts. Like, these are two cards that are supposed to be together. And I'm not going to say that that means these two people are supposed to be together, but from your person's point of view, it's showing up that way in their energy. This is not like God or Spirit or Source or the universe or the divine or however you view that. It's not them beaming down this message that, no, those two people are supposed to be together. No, it's showing up that way in your person's energy, because that's probably how they feel. They're so passionate and attracted to this person that they're viewing that as counterparts. And then I've got this King of Pentacles here, which is, you know, Virgo or Taurus energy. This is one half of the equation that builds that 10 of Pentacles that we've alluded to a few times, that combining together of lives, building a life together. This would typically be like husband type energy, or, you know, the person that I live with that's building their life around me, like the provider type of an energy. I do have that sitting right beside Ace of Swords, so they're either making a decision to sever being husband to go in favor of this passion and desire driven thing. There's definitely a lot of pentacles out here in this bottom row. I got a pentacle in the next row up, a pentacle in the next row up. And up here, there's like the choice about lovers waiting, and then it's almost like, which one do I want, the love one, or do I cut this thing off, and like detaching and walking away in the middle. I can't really tell, because it feels like I'm getting more than one message at a time. So I hope that helps you, Aquarius. Please leave me a comment and let me know how that applies for you, will you? Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Aquarius love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and I'll see you in the next video.